Wow, look at this plates. These are 100-pound plates. Oh yeah. Yep, those are 100 pounds. Hello everyone, this is WWE superstar, the Nigerian giant Omos, and let me show you what a day of training looks like. Typically, I have my first training in the morning. This is about an hour of training where it's mostly focused on mobility, ankle mobility, hip activation, and just getting strength in my hips, my lower back, just making sure all those are functioning properly. And then that goes for about an hour. And then I have another session later in the day, which is about an hour and a half to 2 hours where I focus on lifting heavy weights. Chest, shoulders, biceps, triceps one day. The next day I have legs, but I'm more focused on the glutes, the hamstrings, the calves. This next day is more chest, shoulders, tries. And then the fourth day, more legs, but more focused on the quads. Started working out properly, I think about the age of 14. I was a basketball player before I started wrestling. So my training then was more focused towards speed and agility. Now it's become more of a hybrid of still finding that speed and agility, but finding the ability to generate a lot of power. It was a lot, basketball, you always had to cut weight. And for what I do now, I still have to look jacked and look good for what I do in the ring. Playing weight when I was a basketball player was about 330 in off season and about 315 during in season. And right now, I'm currently at about 4'10", 4'6"-ish, 7'3". I'm a massive human being, what can I tell you? My current training goal is to continue looking as lean as I can look. That's always been the goal. Lean body fat, but slow progression over time. I don't want to rush into where I do this big cut and then have a huge crash. I want to continually cut the fat so that I don't have a huge crash. So today we're going to focus more on the legs. I got to grow this thighs. So we're going to start off with some activation, some mobility work, and then we're going to go into some fun stuff like squats. Let's get into the workout. The first mobility drill is a half kneeling hip flexor stretch. I want to open my hips, my groins, tuck in my glutes and squeeze, and you're going to feel that stretch as you're right there on the quad here. You just got to stay there for 1 minute, 30 seconds if you want. If you want to make it more challenging, you can stretch your hand up. Ooh, yeah. And the knit trick, swing your hips slightly from side to side. Oh, yeah. The second mobility drill is an ankle and hamstring stretch. To get into a dip squat, you need to have great ankle mobility. So what we're gonna do is, as much as you can, without the heel coming off the bench, to the front of the knee as much as you can. Stay right there. Count to 5 seconds. For me as a giant, mobility is extremely important. In daily life with WWE superstar, we travel a lot. I'm talking about almost every weekend, flights, drives from city to city, so mobility is a huge part of my life. Which is why I make a cognizant effort to make sure I do my mobility drills almost every other day. The third mobility stretch, I call it the airplane. So essentially what we're gonna do is single leg RDL, while holding the bar, and we're gonna open our hips to the sky until we feel a contraction in our glutes. Try to make sure that back leg is pointed all the way straight. Ta-da! This is Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike built this exceptionally wonderful gym here at WWE HQ. Mr. Mike, can you tell them about the equipment we have here?
We have all types of equipment here. We got Arsenal, Lantus, we have all the cardio equipment, everything available according to body part, legs, back, chest, shoulders, all separated into different areas so that you don't have to run from one area of the gym to the other to finish legs or back or chest. So we try to keep it all together so you can really get an intense workout.
Thank you, Mr. Mike.
You got it.
I'm doing my workout.
Seeing you, man.
Good seeing you as well. first exercise you're gonna do today is a squat. And for being someone like myself, I'm not really a fan of back squat, but I do like the pit shot. It's a hip squat. Take the chains, you hook it up to the lever right there, and you just drop your booty all the way to 90 degrees and come back up. I go the heaviest I can go, and then I go 6 to 8. And then the next set I drop the weight. I go 8 to 10, and next set I go 10 to 15, drop the weight. I feel it mostly in my glutes, my hamstrings. I'm able to get a nice depth when I use this. You know, that's a struggle for a giant, you know, getting that ass down. It doesn't put any pressure on my lower back. I can get more of a depth when I squat, and also it doesn't put pressure on my knees. Damn, I love this machine. This machine is just so freaking awesome, man. This beautiful machine here is also a squat machine, but it can double as in using for Romanian deadlifts. I'm feeling it in my glutes and in my hamstrings. Keep my mind distracted. What I'm gonna have for dinner, my next cheat meal, maybe some anime I'm gonna watch later on tonight. I start with the heaviest weight and I go down with a lot more reps. So for this one, you know, it's kind of light, probably 10 to 15, 3 or 4 sets. Be slow and take your time. The next exercise we have, this is the hamstring curls, and typically the same idea. I want to go the heaviest I can go in my first set, and we're going to try to go shoot for 6 to 8, slow tempo, and take our time, and just breathe. You know, nature of my business, as a giant, I catch people, toss people. You can generate a lot more power and force from your legs and from your hips than from your chest and shoulders. So I try to train them as often as I can. I can have the biggest legs. If it's not strong and mobile, then it's useless. There's no point in having a giant ass leg and I can do this. And now for the most important workout of the day to make sure that I am victorious, the shoulder press. As a giant, so I have to learn how to balance individuals. Actually, not individuals, little minions over my head. That's why getting a strong shoulder is important. So the workout is completed. As you saw, we did some activation, some mobility, we hit some squats, some hamstring curls, we did some RDLs. Thank you everyone for joining me here today. I'm glad I was able to show you what the workout of a giant looks like. And don't forget, don't ever skip leg day.